Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for another Work in Progress Wednesday. It's been a bit of a quiet one on my front just because of the day job and Ashes of Malifaux actually released on time. Hallelujah. I packed 22 orders in an hour and only got one wrong. So apologies to Steve for that one, but it'll get sorted and moved forward ideally. So, quick few updates. Obviously, just said about Ashes of Malifaux. So, books, GG4 cards, and then some pretty models. And there's Abracadabra as well, which is over there. I can be bothered to get it. So, exciting for Malifaux. Hopefully, the app will be updated in a short while. Just a quick couple of things to highlight for the shop, mainly, is that number one, the book Ashes of Malifaux is currently out of stock, and we are awaiting a redelivery to the distributor, effectively Wayland, who will then send on books. So if you want to get a book, I've actually put it as out of stock on the website just to safeguard against that disappointment. But you can see on the Danger Planet server, so shout out to those guys because they got their book early in America, who meticulously cropped every picture. And there's a whole section on their Discord for it, which is just great. And thanks to them, because it meant that me and Matt on Thursday could record the first episode of the podcast, which drops to non-Patreon members tomorrow, which will be Thursday. It is about Ashes of Malifaux. We were going to do a top 2 masters in our perceptions in GG4. I even did a load of planning. I even went and planned a load of stuff for this. I went through each faction, each thing, what was the top masters played, according to Longshanks, because Bagsworth doesn't currently do that element, but it is in the works, so I'm really looking forward to that when we can sort of get that breakdown of data. So that was on the cards, but we changed it to Ashes of Malifaux. We have done an episode on the Guild Neverborn models. Neverborn just because it looks cool, and Guild because Matt plays Guild, and I have something that will make Max sad, so hopefully he won't watch this one this time. So, shop things. One thing I will say, GG4 cards, the pack is obviously available, so the new GG4 schemes and strats are available, and it comes with a new set of errata cards. So this is from the July 2023 errata, so this includes the Angel Eyes and Maurice Corset, Corrupted Hounds for Neverborn, the Damien stuff, the Guild Mages, the Perdita stuff, RAP, the Toll stuff, Koji, Harris, and who still needs freaking work, the Marcus rework as well. So there's loads of that in there. Iron Matron's correction, because the card was Jash, and Yannick, and obviously updates as well. So there is lots of stuff in there. I will just say, I think personally, the quality of card in these packs is not as good or as high. And I've got the Iron Matron card here, which is one that I ordered from War Games Vault, and then the one from the GG4 pack. And it might be hard to see. I'm going to try and just put it up on the camera. But the GG4 pack is this one, and the text just looks a lot fainter. So I don't know how easy it's going to be to read in the long term. So that does worry me slightly. So I might end up putting a Wargames Vault order in, so I will put it on the Discord and stuff and put it out to publicly members that if anyone wants to get in on an order to reduce postage, we will sort that out with you, and move that forward, because obviously we want high quality cards. Ideally, the app will be updated at some point, and we'll see if events allow it prior to it. The tendency is not to, just because of disclosure and discrepancy for it. So, new Malifaux, excellent. New Shatterpoint came out a couple of weeks ago. The Ewoks. I had the sole intention of building Ewoks. Did it happen? Nope. Unfortunately not. But it will hopefully be on the cards when work sales, maybe, and the business doesn't happen. No. Man can dream. So, this week for hobby, it has been tight. For me personally, I found this week to be super busy. So from last Wednesday, on the Thursday night, record the podcast. Friday was just pure work. Saturday was just pure work. I had exams to mark. Sunday was the plan of hobbying, enjoyment, and got distracted and had to do house stuff with the wife and all that sort of thing. And then work kicked off and people were absent and it just all went crazy. Life of a teacher. So I've done one main thing. I've put the pictures up into the Discord, so I'm just going to switch over to that now. And effectively, I showed Bulwark Gaming's Rampage Game shoulder pads, and I actually started printing them. Just trying to get scale. And obviously, here is my main man. Because I'm not doing Raven Guard for the 10th time, Shrike. And all I've done for this model is really straightforward, actually. Most of the feathers and stuff I was just able to cut off with an X-Acto blade, bit of filing, and then whack on a Rampage Game shoulder pad. So really looking forward to doing this as an army. I even went to local with the intention to pick up some Eldar to finish my 2,000 points, and ended up picking up a ton of Space Marines because the other stuff wasn't there. Which is just a shame, but it is what it is. So from there, the happy photo is that one. The Rampage Games logo on a Space Marine shoulder pad. So I've started putting some work onto this. The pictures don't really do it justice. My phone's a bit rubbish with the camera. I need to work out that situation. But I just started doing some basic block work and using Vallejo paints because I thought, you know what, I've got my Pro Acryls, I've got my scale colours, what have I not used in a while? Some Vallejo, so my Space Marine army is going to be just using Vallejo. And each of the paints, I'm just trying to use 2 colours. So the blue is just 2 colours. It is, because I have it still here because I haven't moved it. It is Prussian blue and then dark blue. So the idea here is just to try and make it nice straightforward. The actual blacky grey part was really cool. That was just a black grey and dark grey mixed together. And all I've done is use my wet palette, blend it up. It's just some silvers and stuff. So it's not like I'm not trying to push for display standard. I want a tabletop ready army because it counts for 10 points in painting from what I understand. Which brings me to the thing of I've got a game on Saturday to try and learn 40k. So because I'm focusing on some characters and things like that, obviously here you go, I've just started messing around with colours and blocking it all in to make it look acceptable, I think is the word. I have decided this month's challenge for Painting Glory is to focus on a character model. So obviously I've got a Shrike here who is my first attempt at this, testing out my paint scheme and all that sort of thing. I do kind of really want to try and get some more Shatterpoint done. So I painted Kenobi a couple of weeks ago and started learning some white, and hopefully if I get some time I will put out my white video, because I just need to it's not like I can even say it's anywhere near done. The concept is there. Models are done in various stages to showcase how I paint white using the Pro Acryl range. But the time to actually record that hasn't occurred yet. So hopefully we'll see a change in my schedule shortly. Then, with the Ashes of Malifaux, obviously there's lots of new models. Matt, our fellow podcaster, started sending me some proxies to print, so I've re-broke out the 3D printer, and we started printing proxies for some of the guild models for him to be used at events moving forward until the actual models are released, because it seems like only about a third of the book is announced now. And with that, Weird have updated their upcoming releases, so by the weekend, you will see the new products up for pre-order on the store. We've also had a lot of interest in Infinity recently, so we are now going to do a regular order for that as well, every couple of weeks, ideally for anyone that wants it. So with that, the only other thing I want to talk about is Luke. our resident graphic designer who does all the new design work for all the tokens. He has helpfully designed a beautiful logo for the Roll Some Dice YouTube channel. This is a historics and Napoleonics and things, and like little tiny mill things from a guy called Chris who goes to the Redditch Tabletop Gamers, a local club by me, which I am planning to attend more regularly, again time allowing, to play some games of 40k and get some competitive 40k in, and go smash some people in the face. Not literally, but metaphorically. Then, the other thing that I'm going to steal from the Little Flippin' Wiz group chat is Jack's been doing a load more of Legion Imperialis. I've got to get the picture in time. Tom has been putting out more Shatterpoint content, which is great. And we've started on the A Song of Ice and Fire train. We were talking about it at my event, and we're taking the plunge into it and getting that all sorted now. So, Song of Ice and Fire is coming. So there's Gregain. And Tom's done a beautiful job on that yellow. I know his C3PO tutorials just dropped as well in the last couple of days. So that is going to be grand. So, last thing before I go, because this is going to be a short one this week, because obviously there's not as much content to talk about. The Facebook post I only got out about an hour before this, so not a lot of hits on that worth talking about this week. So apologies for that. I will try and be more organised on it next week. Because I'm not paying for sound effects. In this beautiful box is actually something I used to own many moons ago when I first played Guild, and I will honestly say that the paint job I probably did on this is shocking. So I actually have my old Dashel keyword in here that I bought back. Well, I traded back with a fellow Malifaux player. So I now have my entire Dashel keyword back with me, including all the mounted guards and everything in here, even like the rifleman. And this was great. This was a fun project. This was all painted in about an hour and a half to 2 hours, because I basically cracked out the airbrush. This was my first attempt at grimdark, and on the Naughty Corner Gaming YouTube there is a video for some Death Corps of Krieg, the veteran guardsman models from the Kill Team box, which I did in that style as well. And this was my first attempt that I practiced for it. So it's funny, but I'm well happy to have these back off Chris, because I want to play a little bit of Guild with the new models coming out. So I've printed myself a whole set for my own. I've got all my hounds, like it's all here, ready to go. I just need to kind of paint the basing. I'll probably just reprint some resin bases, but like everything's in here. It's just quick and simple. Like, as long as there's Queeg, I'm happy. Oh, there's a sergeant who's missing his arm. I'm sure that'll be in here somewhere. If not, it's a sergeant. Who cares? But yeah, so I am well happy. I've even got my Guild Steward. I don't even need to paint Guild Steward. It's got my Guild Steward in here. Wicked. Where's Queeg? Queeg's best be in here. I need to find my boy. So Rifleman. Most annoying model in the game. Dispatcher, who made Dashel originally unplayable and is now a little bit more tolerable. Dogs. I need to just take this out. Chris, you best not have screwed me. Queeg best be in here. So I've got 3 Guildhounds, because Guildhounds are rubbish. 4 Guildhounds, because Guildhounds are rubbish. A Guild Guard. Another Guild Guard. An Executioner, the best model in Malifaux. A Warden. Dashel 2, who needs to be done. An Armless Sergeant. I'll put some blood on it. It's fine. A Rifleman. 2 Mounted Guard. There's my boy. He was hiding under the Rifleman. Mr. Queeg, who effectively just makes everyone better around him. It doesn't have the whip, because the whip broke when I built it, so it looks a bit weird. Obviously, my main man Dash, more Guild Guard, more Rifleman, and then obviously all the cards are probably here as well. And we've got a bonus in so much that because the Guild Steward is basically an auto include, he sent that back to me as well, which is brilliant because I don't think he's got any of it anymore. I don't think he's got any guild anymore anyway. Oh, there we go, DCU, who has unfortunately come off their base. But that is a quick and easy fix. I might even just rebase them onto some resin print bases. Rifleman, I think we are basically there apart from the cards. Oh, there's his arm. I have an arm for a sergeant. Cool. So the sergeant isn't dead. But that is only a single sergeant. I don't think you ever need to, but might be nice at some point. And then all cards. So I'm gonna have some fun because I'm gonna play some Dashel because Dashel's good. And then I will probably like cry because I realise I can't remember how to play Dashel. Have a really bad time, like I did against Panzer. Jan's last event that I went to, where Neil Henry was able to teleport and ignore armor on stat 7 with plus damage and all this sort of thing, and Dashel died top of turn 2. And my list was not designed to stick around. It all relied on the summoning of executioners, and I couldn't summon executioners. But nonetheless, looking forward to it. Let's go. So until next time, enjoy your games, and God, what do I even say anymore? Beat the backlog.